in this combat system series, we are going to be using the Unreal Engine 5.1. And I'm going to also grab one asset from the Unreal Engine Marketplace. And since I'm going to grab this asset, I'm going to also explain what is the Unreal Engine Marketplace. So, Marketplace is a wonderful place where you can get, you can buy and sell assets. So you can come here and get something like a new animation, a new character for your game or something like that. And it's really wonderful. You should use the Unreal Engine Marketplace. But at the same time, you need to be very careful while using this marketplace, because many people think that they can just come here, grab a dozen assets and put in the same projects, and the game is done. Like that. You can create a game without really creating the game itself. So that's not actually how it works. And I just want to warn you that you need to be careful while using the marketplace, to not grab a lot of assets that doesn't work together, or even create a game based on the assets that you have. So I'm going to also be using one asset from the Unreal Engine Marketplace. It's going to be a free asset from the Unreal Engine. I'm going to search for Paragon, just like that. There is a lot of free assets in the Unreal Engine Marketplace. This Paragon Kong is one of them. And I'm going to select this asset because I want the animations, I want the character and the weapon, and because I like the monkey style. So if you don't have this asset in your library, it's going to be something like this. It's going to be something like this. You click in free, and then you can add the Kong to your project. But you need to create the project first. So let's create it. I'm going to create a blank project. I don't need anything from there, so let's just name something like Unreal Combat System, something like this, and then create. Let's wait a bit. The project was created. Now I'm going to place the Paragon Wukong in our project. I'm going to search for Unreal Combat System, and as you can see here, the project that we just created is not appearing here. So I'm going to select Show All Projects, and now it's appearing. That's because the Paragon Kong was not updated to Unreal Engine 5.1. So I'm going to be using the version most close to Unreal Engine 5.1, that is Unreal Engine 5. Just like this. Add to project. Let's wait a bit. Actually, let's start creating the game mode for our game. I'm going to select Blueprint class. I'm going to select game mode base, and let's name it game mode Wukong. Just like that. I'm going to open this file, and here I'm going to change the pawn class to the Sun Wukong player character, just like that. Compile, save it. Let's go to our project settings, and then I'm going to search for game mode. Here I'm going to change the game mode base to game mode Wukong. I'm going to save it, and now I have the Wukong character. I'm going to show it. Wait a minute. This is the character that we're going to be using. As you can see here, there are a few mistakes, a few errors in this blueprint, but don't worry, I'm not going to use anything from here. I'm going to make it everything from scratch. So let's just delete it, compile, save it. And this is the Wukong. As you can see, he is also with the weapon attached to the body. So we want to be able to change weapons. So this is not actually a good match to use it, because that way he's going to be stuck with his staff forever. In order to separate the Wukong from the staff, I'm going to be using the tool Blender. But since that would take a little bit of time, I already made this change and I made these files available for download. So they are the staff and Wukong without the weapon. I'm going to just create a new folder here. In the content, I'm going to name it imports. And here I'm going to place the files that just downloaded. And they are, one is a static mesh and the other one is a skeletal mesh. I'm going to start with the skeletal mesh. So let's just grab the Wukong without weapon and I'm going to place it here. As you can see here, there are a few configurations for to import this file. I'm going to start by selecting the skeletal mesh. That's going to be Wukong underscore skeleton, just like that. And please make sure that your configurations for the imports is the same as mine. As you can see here, you can pause the video and check. It must be something like this. And I also don't want to create materials, so just select do not create material. And I don't want to import the textures, so deselect it. And then once it's like mine, you can click import all, just like this. As you can see here, now we have our character. Now for our staff, let's grab the staff. This one is a skeletal mesh, so they don't need the skeleton to replace it with it. And then just make sure that it's the same as mine. And I also don't want to create a new material for this. I don't want to import any texture. And then select import all. As you can see, this one doesn't have the texture and the Wukong without weapon has. That's because I selected the skeletal mesh for him. So I'm going to fix it in the staff as well. Let's select our mesh from this Wukong. I'm going to change it to the mesh that we just imported. That's going to be Wukong without the weapon. Just like this. Now, as you can see here, we have the Wukong without the staff. Just like that. I'm going to also use the Unreal Engine in full screen. So let's just enable it. Like that. Now I need the texture for this staff. So let's go to Paragon's Wukong character, Heroes, Wukong, Meshes, and let's select this one. Here I'm going to search for staff and I'm going to select this texture here. Just click here. With this texture selected, I'm going to our staff and I'm going to place it here. You can search for the texture here, but the easiest way is just to select the texture and then place it here. Like that. Now, as you can see here, we have our weapon with the texture. So let's save it, let's close it. Now I don't need this mesh anymore. I'm going to place this one in the Wukong folder. Let's place it here, move it here, just like that. I'm not going to use this in blueprint, so I'm going to delete it as well. Let's do this force delete, like that. Now we have our character, and that is the start of our series. Next, I'm going to create the inputs for our character. I'm going to create basic movement because, as you can see here, I can't move. I have a character, but I can't do anything. So I'm going to start to create the inputs.